Today we're going to talk about Yasnippets to help you with HTML in particular, but this is basically how to write your first Yasnippet. We'll do a simple one, which doesn't take any kind of arguments. They're called tab stop fields, and then a couple that do take arguments. So looking at this HTML file, we have, let me get rid of this, but we have, we don't have a viewport command in here, so that's important for responsiveness, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
So now, if I had this web page open all the time, you know, I could go look for this page. I could copy an example of it. I could insert it here, but that's a lot of work, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of characters happening there, and then if you don't remember the correct viewport command, you have to keep going back to the web page, copy pasting it, and then it's pretty tedious. So if you have Yasnippet, it basically integrates this whole memorization copy paste into Emacs.
Yeah.
And relieves your brain for this.
Just a couple quick commands we type. So what we want to do, I'll show you what we want to do. We want to type VWP and hit tab and have it enter that line. Right. Okay. So let's figure out how to do that. So we want to create a new. We want to make a new Yasnippet. So
we have to
meta
call
X,
the command Yas
new
snippet.
snippet. Okay. Hit return, and here we are.
So here's our template that Yasnippet gives us. It basically says, okay, you got to fill in your name, give it a key. Key is the sort of shortcut that you say what you want to expand to. So VWP is what our sort of key is going to be. Binding, just keep it by default.
Yeah, and I'm just tabbing through. I'm just tabbing through this here, and so now I'm going to copy this and paste it, and this is everything below the comments is what gets inserted, right?
Right.
So this is pretty much all we want to do. But then, how do we proceed from here?
So part of Emacs is having to discover what the modes, what keys you can do in it, right? So in this case, we can do Control-HM, which is a standard Emacs key to say what sort of commands can I do in this mode. And for the snippet mode, which is what Yasnippet gives us, we can do these three commands, which is loading the snippet and saving it, just load the snippet by itself, or we can try out the snippet. So if you do Control-C, Control-T, you can try out the snippet, see what it does.
Let's try it. Control-C, Control-T.
Like, okay, so when you actually run the snippet, this is what it gives you.
Wow.
Pretty boring. Right?
But it works.
You know, it works, right?
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
All right, let's kill that buffer and come back.
So now we can do Control-C, Control-C, because then we want to save this for our snippets.
Control-C, Control-C. All right. Oh, look. Okay, it kind of guessed that we have HTML mode or NXML mode. Let's do HTML mode.
Right.
We want this to activate in HTML mode. So I'm going to hit return. Save to new file. Yes. Oh, look, my snippets directory is not writable. So I better go make that directory. So tilde/.emacs.d snippets. Okay, so I better make that. Let me find that directory. tilde.emacs.d. Go to dired mode. We want to make a directory. Is that right? Snippets plus. Okay, so snippets plural. Return. I think that's it. Okay, so let's try this again. So it was Control-C,
Control-C.
Control-C, Control-C. HTML mode, return. Save to new file, yes. Doesn't exist, create it. I like to actually call this after the key that we type, VWP. So if I ever look in the directory, the name is the shortcut. So I'm going to call it VWP, and that was it.
That's it.
Should I try it?
Yeah.
All right, so VWP and then just tab. All right.
Boom.
And then tab again to indent it. Awesome. Okay, what if we want to do something more sophisticated, like make a div with a class, and we could tab from the class to the body.
So basically, you want to have a template saying div class equals quote quote.
Yeah, so something like, let's see, if I do Control-C, Control-O in HTML mode, and here we have div, I'll just type it, I hit return. Something where it enters this, and I have, my class, and then stuff. Something that does that for me a little more automatically. Okay.
So why don't you copy that line so we can insert it to our Yasnippet template?
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
So now we're going to, again, create a new template. So it's Yas new snippets.
New snippet. Okay.
Give the name, give the key, and start templates.
All right, so div, and this is for classes. And classes, I like to put dot. So I'm going to type div dot to get this activated. Here's what we have. So we
have some special syntax coming up. So it's the $ syntax for setting up our tab stops. So essentially, we're gonna set up our tab slots saying like $1, $2, and that's saying like, every time I tab is gonna go to each individual tab stop here, and $0 is our exit point.
Okay, so we're gonna go to 2 places, right? So we have a first place and then an exit place, right? Okay, so the first place we want to go is here inside the class attribute. Is that right? And the second place is
the exit point.
Exit point. So that's 0.
Right.
Okay, and if we had other ones like if we had like foo equals we could do $2 here, and that could set another attribute, right? Okay, and it would end on 0. Okay, so let's see. Is that good?
We're good.
All right, it's Control C again.
Yes.
All right, it is HTML. Hit return. Save new to file. Yes. I want to call this div dot, naming it after the snippet I want to type. And okay,
test it out.
Let's do it.
Div dot.
Whoa.
So you don't have to move your cursor to the right place and type in the right place. Yasnippet will automatically put you where you want to be.
Awesome. So tab again, and I'm here. Okay, great. That's great. Okay. Fun. Let's do it again, but instead of for classes, for IDs.
Okay.
Okay, so we're getting good at this. Let's do meta x yas new snippet. Div for IDs.
Div ID.
An ID usually has a hash symbol by it, so we'll do that. And instead of class, call this ID. Let's do $1, and pretty much the same thing, right?
The same thing, yeah.
Okay, so are we done?
We're done.
All right, Control C. Yes, let's guess its HTML is correct. Save to new file Y. I like to call it after
Div
the
hash.
key, div hash. And we're ready to go. Let's do it. Tab.
Look at that.
Yeah. This is awesome. Okay.
That's
Great.
pretty-
That's your first Yasnippet.
All right. First 3, actually.
First 3. Have fun.
Fun.